Beijing, China, 1949. The wind howled through the decrepit corridors of Chaonei number 81, a once grand mansion now shrouded in decay. Its Baroque facade, once a symbol of opulence, stood as a silent witness to the tragedy that unfolded within its walls. The story began with a love affair, a forbidden liaison that ignited the flames of passion and jealousy. The Kuomintang official who owned the mansion had fallen for a mysterious woman, her eyes as dark as the secrets she carried. They met in secret, their stolen moments fueled by desire and danger. But love has a way of unraveling even the most carefully woven lies. The official's wife, a porcelain beauty with a heart as cold as the marble floors, suspected her husband's infidelity. She trailed him through moonlit gardens and shadowed hallways, her footsteps echoing like a dirge. One fateful night, as rain lashed against the mansion's windows, the lovers met in the opulent drawing room. Candles flickered, casting elongated shadows on the crimson wallpaper. The woman's lips tasted of forbidden fruit, and the official's heart raced with anticipation. But fate had other plans. The wife burst into the room, her eyes ablaze with fury. The lovers scrambled apart, their breaths ragged. The wife's scream pierced the air, shattering crystal vases and ancient mirrors. She lunged at the woman, nails like talons, tearing at her skin. The official tried to intervene, but it was too late. The woman stumbled backward, crashing into a gilded mirror. Its shards sliced through her flesh, and blood stained the Persian rug. With a final cry, she fled, leaving behind a trail of crimson footprints. The wife's rage knew no bounds. She locked herself in the master bedroom, her sobs echoing through the empty halls. Despair consumed her, twisting her soul until it snapped. And in that room, she hanged herself from the ornate chandelier, her silk gown billowing like a ghostly shroud. Since that night, Chaonei number 81 became a place of dread. Locals whispered of a weeping woman in white, her face obscured by a veil. She wandered the corridors, her footsteps echoing long after midnight. Children dared each other to peek through the broken windows, hoping to catch a glimpse of her sorrowful form. Explorers who ventured inside reported strange occurrences. The air grew colder, and unseen hands tugged at their sleeves. Shadows danced along the walls, whispering secrets of love and betrayal. Some claimed they heard the wife's anguished cries, carried by the wind. The mansion decayed further, its grandeur reduced to rotting wood and crumbling plaster. Ivy crept up the facade, reclaiming what was lost. But the weeping woman remained, her presence etched into the very stones Chaonei stood as a testament to love twisted into madness, to jealousy that transcended death. Those who passed by averted their eyes, fearing the spectral figure that haunted its halls. The town of Whispering Pines clung to the edge of existence, its heartbeat fading like an old radio signal. Once a thriving logging community, it now lay abandoned, a ghost town swallowed by the dense forest that encroached upon its borders. Whispers echoed through the pines, carried by the wind. Locals spoke of a curse, an ancient pact with the forest itself. The elders warned against venturing too deep into the woods, where shadows danced and leaves whispered secrets. Those who did never returned. Sandra, a curious journalist, arrived in Whispering Pines, armed with a recorder and determination. She sought answers, the truth behind the town's demise. The locals eyed her warily, their eyes haunted. They spoke of a spectral figure, a woman in white who wandered the outskirts, her face obscured by a veil. Sandra delved deeper, her footsteps crunching on fallen needles. The forest closed in, its silence oppressive. She followed the trail of abandoned homes, their windows like empty eyes. In the heart of Whispering Pines, she found the remnants of a church, a crumbling steeple, and faded frescoes. As night fell, Sandra heard it, the mournful wail that pierced the darkness. She followed the sound to the churchyard, where the woman in white stood among the tombstones. Her eyes held centuries of sorrow, and her voice carried the weight of forgotten prayers. "Leave," the woman whispered, her breath cold as frost. "This place is cursed." Sandra pressed record, capturing the spectral plea. But the woman's gaze bore into her soul, and fear clawed at her chest. She stumbled backward, tripping over a moss-covered gravestone. The woman advanced, her veil billowing like a shroud. In the moonlight, Sandra glimpsed the woman's face, a reflection of her own. The veil lifted, revealing hollow eyes and a mouth that formed words without sound. "You seek answers," the woman said, "but some truths are better left buried." Sandra fled, her heart pounding. She returned to her motel room, the recording playing on loop. The woman's warning echoed. Whispering Pines held secrets darker than the forest itself. Sandra never left the town. Her disappearance joined the others, the lost souls who ventured too far, seeking answers they couldn't comprehend. And now, when the wind rustles through the pines, it carries their whispers, their warnings to those who dare to listen. Whispering Pines remains, a testament to fear and forgotten promises. Its silence envelops the land, and the woman in white walks its desolate streets, forever veiled in mystery. In Vermont, the Whispering Pines Inn stood at the edge of a forgotten forest, its time-worn facade a testament to bygone days. The locals whispered about its tragic history, the innkeeper who vanished, the guests who checked in but never checked out. Emily, a travel blogger seeking inspiration, arrived at the inn one stormy night. The rain drummed on the roof, and the flickering lanterns cast eerie shadows. The innkeeper, an elderly woman named Agnes, greeted her with hollow eyes. "Welcome," Agnes said, her voice a mere whisper. "You're the first guest in years." Emily settled into room 13, its wallpaper peeling like old memories. As she drifted off to sleep, she heard it, the soft rustle of leaves against the window. But the nearest tree was yards away. Each night, the whispers grew louder. Emily woke to spectral figures at her bedside, a soldier in tattered uniform, a weeping woman, clutching a faded letter. They mouthed words she couldn't hear, their eyes pleading. Driven by curiosity, Emily explored the inn. In the attic, she found a locked door. Agnes hesitated when Emily asked about it, her gaze haunted. "Some doors should remain closed," she warned. But Emily persisted. She obtained an old key and unlocked the door. Beyond lay a room frozen in time, a dusty bed, a cracked mirror, and a journal. The ink had bled into the pages, revealing snippets of sorrow and longing. Emily read the journal. The innkeeper's confession. Agnes had made a pact with the forest spirits, trading her soul for prosperity. Guests vanished, their memories absorbed by the ancient trees. Agnes, tormented by guilt, sealed the room. The whispers intensified. The soldier and weeping woman beckoned. Emily faced a choice: leave and forget, or stay and uncover the truth. She chose the latter. As dawn approached, Emily stood by the window. The forest stretched before her, a sea of pines, their needles brushing against the glass. The soldier saluted, and the weeping woman mouthed a thank you. Emily stepped into the forest, her footsteps echoing. The trees whispered secrets, the innkeeper's regret, the lost souls yearning for release. She walked until the whispers merged with her own thoughts, and there, beneath the ancient pines, Emily vanished, becoming part of the haunting, a spectral figure in the Whispering Pines Inn, forever seeking answers. Remember, some truths are better left buried, and the past has a way of lingering in abandoned places,